Well, Rob, Leicester Tigers here this weekend, the defending champions, second in the table. A tough ask.
Yeah, always look forward to Leicester coming. Big fixture for us, what we got in the Premiership for. You know, I don't tire of telling people that. You know, these are the kind of fixtures we said we want to be part of. We work very hard to make that reality, and now we've got to relish every second of it, because that gives you as good a chance as any of winning the game. You know, appreciating that you've got to play well right through the 80 minutes. We've had some very good fixtures here against them. A very tight game last year. I think the year before we forced the win. So you know, we're looking to perform well, but we know, like I say, we're going to have to be very competitive in everything we do to there or thereabouts when the final whistle goes, and that's the important thing for us. Make sure we're competitive in as many areas as we can be for as long as we can be, and if we put in a good performance, you know, as I always say, I'll be happy. You know, the only thing that will disappoint me is if we don't really go for it and we don't really go out there to play to win. If we do that, as I say, it'll be a good game, and we give ourselves a chance.
In the aftermath of probably the last two performances, although you've won, you've still been quite critical and said we've not had the complete performance. Have you outlined that more to the guys this week? Yeah,
but I think they're aware of it. You know, there's been an element of disruption through the pre-season with the odd injury, you know, dropping in and out, and we've changed a couple of things. And I think, to be fair, we've coped things very, very well. You know, 8 points from your first 3 games is a really good foundation to push on from. It's kind of similar to how we've started seasons in the past, and so I'm very comfortable with where we are. What we have to do now is build on that foundation and collect some points. You know, however we collect them, I don't really mind. You know, but collect some points moving through the rest of this first phase of the season in the run up to the Heineken Cup, and just make sure we're comfortable with our level of performance. You know, I'm never critical of the players when we get out there and we go for it and we play well and we play hard. But I think we haven't quite put long enough periods of momentum play together for us to be really happy with how we're playing. But in some ways that's quite a good thing and quite a nice place to be, in that we can feel there's more coming all the time, and it's early in the season, because you know the truth is the best teams probably aren't at their best now. You know, this is the time when they bed in and they get better, and that's what we've got to make sure we do, that we're bedding in now, and everything we do moving forward now is an improvement.
Do you think you have to crank it up a notch from previous weeks, because it's Leicester?
Oh yeah, I mean, no doubt we'll have to play better this week than we have in the last couple of weeks. You know, but that's nothing unusual for someone to say when they come out to play Leicester. You know, they're the reigning champions. You know, you have to play well to beat them. So from our perspective, that's what it's about. It's about getting out there, performing to as high a standard as we can, and I say keeping our foot on the gas a little bit, because that's wavered a little bit in the last couple of weeks. You know, we've had good moments and we've had good spells. Can we say we've really, you know, like I say, kept our foot on the throttle? Well, probably not. But that's going to be an important thing that we kind of put right this week.
Across the board, injuries are looking a lot better now, and you've got guys really pushing hard in the 18. Selection must be getting tough at the moment.
Yeah, it's getting. We're a lot happier with where we stand at the moment. Starting to thicken out a little bit at hooker. Starting to thicken out in the next 3 or 4 weeks. We'll thicken out a fair bit in the second row. You know, obviously, and we've got a couple of backs who are starting to come back into contention. So we're pleased with the squad. You know, the squad's been fine. I've been pleased with the teams we've put on the pitch the last 3 weeks. You know, I've got no qualms about the guys who played, and if anything, the guys who've come in for injuries have almost been our standout performers. So that's always a nice situation to have. But the A-League's going pretty well as well. That's always a good indicator of squad strength. So no, we're in a nice place. We're where we need to be at this stage of the season.
In terms of this place, it's quiet now, but come Sunday, it's nearly a sellout crowd. It's going to be pretty important that the guys put in a performance for the fans as well.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, what would you describe it as? You'd describe it as our first real big fixture of the season, probably. You know, and as I said, you know, it's the kind of fixture the fans were desperate for us to get into the Premiership for. Same as for the players, and we've got to appreciate that. And we've got to play in a way that gets them involved in the game, gets them on their feet, and gets them wanting to scream and shout and get the tomahawk chop going, and like I say, get behind the players. But that's for us. That's for us to create. It's not for the crowd to create the atmosphere. It's for the players to create it. As I say, that will be one of our challenges. But you know, I'm looking forward to how the players are. As I said, you know, you're not in the Premiership to play soft fixtures. You're in the Premiership to play as tough a fixtures as you can.